What's up, family and friends? Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without feint. Where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it's our lives. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your life wherever you are. Don't let anyone rob you the joy of living. You can make yourself happy, happier, and the happiest person you ever want. Do what makes you happy. Don't hurt yourself, don't hurt someone else. Help yourself, but if anyone comes to hurt you, hurt them. Okay, protect yourself, fight for yourself, enjoy your life. I'm sharing with us what I titled a mental illness or mental disorder, mental problem. You know, when the invaders invaded us, they killed us, they raped us, they kidnapped us, they killed us, they enslaved us, they colonized us. And all those things created traumas in us as a people. We begin to live in constant fear, fear of this, fear of that, fear of God, fear of death, fear of the unknown, fear of sickness, fear of disease. See, so all these things affected black people that when you look at black people today, you can see the symptoms or the effects of that mental illness, that trauma we sustained through wars and slavery, colonialism. We went through all that. But many of you don't consider that. You think it's a spiritual thing. That's why you see majority of Africans engaging in spirituality because they think their problem is spiritual. They think there's a higher being that caused or put them in the condition where they are in instead of them pointing to the slave masters, the white people, the Arabs and the Europeans that put us in that condition in the system we have today. And we even dedicate ourselves and our time fighting to sustain this system. That's why we have mental problems. Look at black people. Look at how they live. Look at what happens to them. Look at how they react to things. Look at how they see life. They are not within the reach of reality. They are living in illusion. They are living in delusion. They are living in hallucination, which is mental illness, mental problem. We have that problem as a people, whether you agree with it or not. But that's what I want to share with you. Because it's mental illness that makes you to think that the wrong that somebody did to you or people did to us, you know, is somehow acceptable. Or the will of certain God or gods. Because when these evil people invaded and destroyed us, they gave us this God and the money to keep us in that perpetual condition of mental illness. We cannot think for ourselves. And the few of us that managed to escape that trap, escape that prison, escape that court, escape that religion, escape that God, they say we are the one that is crazy. But think about it. You labored. You know how you hustled. You know how you worked. You know what you went through to achieve whatever you have today. But guess what? It is mental illness that make you say it is God. It is mental illness that make you give God the glory, give God the thanks, give God the praise. It is mental illness will make you fight against someone like me who is telling you that is stupidity. That is mental problem. Because we thought that war is only maybe physically and spiritually. No, there's no spiritual warfare. No. It is mental warfare and the physical warfare. White people defeated us on both. And we must liberate ourselves from both because even physically and mentally, they're still dominating us. Because they are people of dominion. We are not. We are people of nature. We are not people of dominion. We are not whites. We are original. We are nature. We are not spiritual. We are not religious. So think about it. You will see the examples of mental illness everywhere in Africa. Everywhere Africans are, you see that. And why people don't have problem, you worshiping God, because you know that's what keep you in that prison they built. Cool. So you see black people you know, continuing in nonsense. You see them in politics. You see them everywhere. They believe there is God. God doing this, God doing that. Oh, you see they campaigned or rig election to win election. They said it is God who made them so. It is God who made them president. It is God who made them king. It is God who made them governor. It is God who made them this or that. It is mental illness. That's why I see a professor that teaches you to study, to pass exam. We also turn around and tell you there is God. Mental illness. Mental illness has no respect to your status or to your position or to your age or to whatever you claim to be. If you have mental illness, you have it. If you believe in God, you have mental illness. Because you believe in something you have not seen and you cannot see. And you are defending it as if you have seen it. As I said in my last video, you know, be like Thomas. Don't only see it, touch it too. If you cannot do these two things about that thing, don't stand and be defending it because it may change tomorrow. That thing you see that you think, oh, this thing is real. You reach out to touch it and you can't touch it. You can't even feel it because it's fake. But they train you. They raise you to continue deluding yourself, arguing that your illusion is real, arguing that your delusion is real, arguing that your hallucination is real. And whoever comes to point you to fact, you say, get out, you are devil, you are demon, you are deceiver, you are coming to destroy. You already been destroyed. That's why you believe in God. If they didn't destroy us, we would never believe in God because originally we believe in no God. We didn't believe in God to build anything. Just like as we speak, you cannot achieve anything with God. You achieve everything with knowledge. You have to know. If you don't know, you cannot achieve anything. And if you don't have knowledge to achieve anything, you can hire other people to achieve it for you, people that have the knowledge. If you don't have the knowledge of fixing a car, you won't even try to fix it because you know you will end up messing it up. That's the same way your life is. You don't have knowledge of self, so you end up destroying yourself, trying to find meaning in worshiping God. You want to find purpose of your life by chasing God, seeking God, worshiping God. That's bullshit. Think. That's why you end up messing up yourself and messing up your life, believing the nonsense they taught you. You believe, yeah, there is God. God will do this. God will do that. But how about you? Look at yourself. Look at your life. Where is that God doing anything for you? Where is that God helping you? Where is that God saving you? Where is that God recreating you? It is impossible because God does not exist. It is mental illness for you to believe there is God. It is a mental illness for you to believe there is any supernatural. It is a mental illness for you to believe there is divine. It is mental illness for you to even believe your ancestors are somewhere doing anything for you or watching you. It is mental illness. And Africans, we have this mental illness we must deliver ourselves from. That's why we're asking you to wake up. When you wake up, you deliver yourself from the fear of God, fear of the unknown, from this mental illness they cause us to have and suffer. Mental illness is destroying us. Mental illness is the reason why the kidnappers, Fulani herdsmen or non-gunmen is destroying our land. And we still go to church. We still worship God. We still pray to God. We still believe God is protecting us. We still believe God cares about us. Yet we watch our neighbors killed. We watch our people killed. And some of us that escaped abroad, we saying, you see, hey, la, la, la. We even fear to go back home. Mental illness. After somebody reasoning with you that, yes, we are suffering, that person still go to church. That person still go to mosque. Mental illness. It's because they legalize it. That's why you don't seem to be anything wrong. Because majority of people are in it. Educated people are in it. Politicians are in it. But understand this, white people are not in religion to serve any God. They are in religion because it's serving them. Because no matter what black people claim, they're still worshiping white people. When you worship God, you are worshiping white people. God is white man. God is not any supreme being or divine being. It is white man. The real God that exists today is white people. That's why they tell you the earth is the laws. God created heaven and earth. It's the system they put us in. Mental illness. Mental illness is the reason why you see parents raising their kids to believe in the same illusion they believe in. Dedicating their child to unknown being, something they have not seen before. They just raise that kid in spirituality. We present this kid, yeah. He will do this, he will do that, bullshit. Mental illness is this reason why you carry your baby to the church for water baptism, for dedication, for Christian, for child naming ceremonies. Mental problem, mental illness, you mentally ill. But you are calling people that are sound mentally ill because they didn't join your cult or they left your cult. You even threatening them. You see what will happen to you. Oh, that's my favorite with them. You one day, I said, give me the specific day. There's no one day in the calendar. Whether it's African calendar or Roman calendar, there's no one day. You can never find one day there. There's no one day in any calendar. It's not a date. If you believe your God exists and they can do anything to me, since you ignore all the numerous things this God have not done for you, you think he will deal with me. Give me the specific date. That's the only reason why, that's the only way you can know that all prophets are false. They can never give you the specific date their God will do that and they prophesy. That's why they tell you this year you will be doing this. Next year you will do that. No, give me date. When you say you will do something for anybody, they always ask for date. But when it comes to God, nobody bothers to ask for date. Date because it's mental illness. They don't ask for date. When they use their brain, they demand for date. When they use their brain, they demand for proof. When they use their brain, they say, I want to test drive. But when it comes to God, they open their head, throw the brain away, say, oh, why are we going zombie? Zombie, oh, zombie, 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 oh, zombie, zombie. That's how they are living. Zombie people, living by faith and not by sight. Wise people, living by sight and not by faith. Mental illness. We have it in our families. We have it in our communities. We have it in our countries. We have it wherever we are. We have it individually, mental illness. Living in fear of death. Living in fear of the unknown. Wake up, my people. Faith in God is mental illness. Believing Jesus died for your sin is mental illness. It is time you wake up and trash it. Reading a Bible as the word of your God that you say is living. But that book has been in existence for years. But they tell you it's still the will of God for you today. It's still the word of God for you today. Even for tomorrow. Mental illness. I'm not asking you to check yourself. I'm telling you to wake up. I already diagnosed you. Yes, if you believe in God, you are mentally ill. So you need to wake up. When you wake up, you'll be like, excuse me, what has this God done for me? Let us be honest. Is there anything God has done for me? No. Everything you're saying God has done is what people tell you God has done and tell you to believe so, that if you don't believe so, you will perish. And you continue believing so. Deliver yourself today. God cannot do anything to you. God cannot do anything for you. One of the reasons you see people telling you to believe in God, because when they bring this issue of death to us, which is lie, we don't die, we sleep and wake up, which spiritual people call reincarnation, and religious people call it resurrection. Both are lies. We don't reincarnate and we don't resurrect. We reborn or rebirth. We give birth. We cannot be created. We cannot be imagined into existence. We cannot be declared into existence. No, it's a natural thing. When you are born like a child. And before you go back to that earth, you must go back as a child. They call it you are deteriorating or you are declining. No, it's not. It's a natural thing. So I'm calling us, our people, Let us cure ourselves of this mental illness by thinking critically. Think for yourself. Be honest to yourself. That glory you are giving to God, what has God done for you? Nothing. It's out of fear and faith that make you believe in, yeah, God has done it. He hasn't. God has not done anything for you. God did not create you. At least as we speak today, God cannot even give you a plate of food. If that God exists, he would have done that. But he doesn't exist. That's why God cannot do that. But you can. You can feed yourself. You can feed others. Haven't you done that? I've helped many people. And many people has helped me. God has not helped me. Many people have helped me in different ways. And I have helped people, many people in different ways. That is natural living. That's why I keep calling us to live naturally. Those who are human, live humanly. But we who are nature, we live naturally. Be honest to yourself. There's no force greater than honesty, especially honest to yourself. When you are honest to yourself, you no longer fear what anybody will say. You will be like somebody that is too high to stand for, to stand for whatever they are saying. You will just get away from them. Say, get away from me. I've been suffering all these years and you're telling me it is God. You know how many times I get sick, I take medicine. You know, I work out, I do many things to stay fit or to stay healthy. And you're telling me there is God that helped me do that. It is time we wake up, my people. Because life is great. It's not spiritual as they taught us. Let us abandon all their lies for our truth. We are great, and we are greater than any God. We are greater than any being. We are greater than anything they taught us to believe. Mental illness is not a joke. It's running in our family. And Africans, you keep ignoring your mental health because you are too spiritual to care about it. That's why we are not even able to rise as a people this moment to defend ourselves in the world. You see how we join them in Olympic Games. We join them in the World Cup Games. We join them in sports. We join them in entertainment and all that. But when it comes to science, when it comes to healthcare, God, even the herbs and the roots, we know, we invented to give birth to medical medicine or medical practicing. We don't even care about it. We are not devoting our time. During COVID-19, they said that Madagascar have a plant that can cure COVID-19. They say World Health Organization killed it. What of Africans? What of the government of Madagascar? They can decide to do it for themselves, for their own selves, without even exporting it. Nobody will come to trouble you. But because you are a slave, you are waiting for white men to come and validate what you have. What you have knowledge of, and you can develop it. No, you're waiting for them to come and give you a go-ahead order to tell you whether it's good for you or not. Listen, white people things is not meant for black people. Black people things are not meant for white people. This is where they don't want you to know, or where they don't want you to go. You're supposed to put, there's different, we are not one. We are not one race with them. They are different. We are original race. They are, will I say, deplorable race or copied race. They are not like us at all. It's not. It doesn't mean I'm disrespecting them or saying they are not human beings. No, they are human beings. I agree with them, but they are not nature like us. That's why they came invading and killing us, enslaving us. In nature, we never practiced that before they came. We don't invade, we don't enslave others in nature. Because in nature, everyone coexists. Animals, people, plants, human beings, galaxies, all of them, we coexist. Not to fear, not to believe, not to worship anyone, but to coexist. Live in your nature. Africa, we are natural, not spiritual. We don't have spiritual warfare. We have physical and mental warfare. And we must wake up to win in those warfare. Until we wake up and win in that warfare, we will remain enslaved. Wearing white men's dress, speaking their language, going their schools, worshiping their God. Everything we do they take the glory while we keep suffering. It's time you wake up. There's no amount of prayer that can deliver you or cure mental illness. It is common sense, knowledge. When you begin to think for yourself critically, ask questions. That question they tell you is crazy. Ask them to give you the crazy answer. They can't. Because they know that their God will never show up. They already told them their God will show up after they died. So they remain ignorant to death. And that's why I'm calling our people, do not live and die ignorant. Question everything and worship nothing. Gordon.